Okay, time for a proper May update. The first video I did wasn't very good, so we'll try and do something a little bit better this time. And I'll show you what's going on. A little few things different from last time. That's still the tray of marigolds, as you can see. One still growing there. And the calendula, which is supposed to be here. Nothing, so that's going to get reused for something else. Probably for some more of these, which are snapdragons, which I've got here, and they're growing quite thickly, so they need to be spread out and dibbed into the holes like these have been. But there's 24 there, that's plenty I think, but you know, you can never have too many. These are sunflowers, second sowing. Nothing happened with the first lot, so these have been in a few days. Nothing as of yet, but we'll see what happens. And just here we've got some spare tomatoes. These are Ailsa Craig, I believe, so hopefully get some of these in, or give them away, who knows. Over here in the cold frame we've got more of the tomatoes there. They're a mix of the Ailsa Craig and some beef tomatoes that were saved from last year. Down here we have the snacking peppers, the small peppers, I don't know what they're called. Got a few of those growing. This one's not doing too great, but the rest of them are sort of gradually coming along. Basil, which is today was wilted in the heat, and something's been nibbling at that one. But we'll give it a bit of a chance. Still green, still trying to stand up on its own and do its thing. Cauliflower in there, 246, and purple sprouting broccoli at the back, 246. Where are we? Some tomatoes, some more of them. They grow like wildfire, don't they? They're everywhere. These are some cuttings off the rosemary. I don't think they're rooting yet or showing any signs, so who knows. Some of these are spare onions. I don't know if they're going to be any good, but we might put them out anyway. Sunflower, not sunflower, what am I talking about? Sweetcorn here, doing alright. Some of them are particularly pretty big, so going to be running out of space up here soon. Bell peppers, and there's two in each one, I think. One in that one. That'll go in the greenhouse when they're a bit bigger. Cucumbers, the extra lot I put in. These two here and here, and we've now got one through all the way up. Two more coming through, and just over here got another cucumber. Some dwarf beans, mixed results there so far, but we'll give them a try. We'll give them a chance. And this is the pumpkin. Yeah, the seed leaves have gone a bit yellow, but I don't think that's a problem. But yeah, that's everything that's going on in here for now anyway. Not too much, but it's all been potted on. Everything's got a bit more room to crack on with itself. So, like everything, fingers crossed. Now May's in, the weather's warm. These are the radishes. I have put a second sowing in here, but nothing's up yet. They haven't been in, only a few days. Some of these are growing, you can see, nicely, fattening up. Some of them are tiny still. So they've dried out a little bit, so they've died off a little bit, and something else has been eating these as well, as you can see. But, you know, it's all organic, so there's nothing to stop them. And I don't mind sharing a little bit of it as long as we get a few off, and a few from here when they grow. No harm, is that? Here, nothing happening at the minute, but carrots have been sown in here and in here. So hopefully, they were just called long carrots on the packet. They were David Domine's Mr. Fothergill's variety, but it just said, didn't tell you the variety, but they're long. Looks like there's something growing here, like an old potato, by the looks of it. But don't want that in there. But anyway, that's that. These are the potatoes, the ones that I grew myself from seed and then tubers. They're not doing too bad, but we've just had a frost few days ago and I didn't cover them, and some of the leaves have been damaged, as you can see, but the rest of the plants look alright. They're pretty strong, pretty healthy. Might need earthing up a little bit, topping up, but yeah, I'm relatively pleased with what I've got so far there. Onions here in the sink. Again, not particularly great. I don't think these were particularly good sets that I got this year. A few of them, they don't look too bad, but we'll see. If they don't grow or they don't do very well, we'll just pull them out and put something else in. Or we'll give them a chance. This is the conference pear. Putting on quite a bit of new growth now. That's all new in the last 4 or 5 weeks. They're just shooting up now. We're getting some nice growth on those. So hopefully this will get a bit taller and bush up a little bit. And I don't know if we'll get anything off it. This is the first year. I put it in last October, so we'll wait and see. But you know, always optimistic. This is the shallots and some more of the onions that you just saw over there in the sink. The shallots are doing great. They're all separating up nicely, splitting apart. And I did try and put some transplanted scallions, salad onions in. They haven't done too well. I don't know if they were just a bit, it was just a dry down. I didn't water them well when I put them in. Or we'll give them enough water, and I'll put some beetroot in as well at the back. I don't know if you can see there. They're struggling really badly, so I'm probably going to have to just direct sow some more beetroot in there to make up for this. But I'll leave them, like I say, give them a chance, and then rocket, which has not been in long, has already gone to seed, which it always seems to do. That might have to come out already, and some lettuce over there, which is doing alright. So, not too bad. These are the sweet peas. They're all a bit close, they're all bunched together, but I'll just whack them in, straight out the pot, straight into here. And got a little bit of string and some canes there for them to climb up. And we'll just let them get on with it, I think. See what happens. Like everything else, I've done my bit. I'll give you a drink. It's up to you now, guys. In here we have 3 tubes of sieved compost. Some of it last year's, a little bit of this year's, but it's grown along, carrot in each one. 4 seeds in each one in the centre, slightly apart. Once they germinate, pick the strongest one, and I'll take the others out or trim them off, snip them off, and let them grow. Just leave them to it again. Just keep them watered during the really dry weather, and just see how long we can get. I mean, that is about down there. It's probably 2 foot. It goes into the ground probably about another 8 inches. And so from here, let's just see how long we can get a carrot, and or 3 carrots, hopefully. You might have seen this in the last video if you watched it. This was the strawberry bed. There's my shadow. Hello. And it's all been dug over now. All the weeds. There was some bindweed down here in this section. That's all out. And it's all been dug out, topped up with all the compost that was left in the compost bin that I've now got rid of as well. And I've just covered it with this because there was a local cat showing some interest in it straight away. And the last thing I want now I've done it is cat crapping all over the place. So this is going to have to stay on here until I can get some my cage legs over, and either some protective mesh or something. And then the brassicas, the cauliflowers and the broccoli will go in here. Maybe a few other bits and pieces, who knows. So we'll see how much room there is. It's quite a big bed actually. It's probably about 14 feet long and about 2.5 feet wide. So plenty of space. Over here, next to this ornamental pear, we have some broad beans. We'll just grow a few every year, just for a bit of fun. I do like them. I do love the flowers on them. Don't really eat them. Nobody else really eats them in the family, so Just a nice bit of fun. They won't be in long, they can always come out and put something else in. Got a lettuce in here, which is gradually, you know, settling in. That's only been in about 4 or 5 days, but it's growing, looking alright. And then all the way along the back there, we have peas. And hopefully I'm going to get 2x5 block of the sweet corns here. And I know it would be better if it was like 3x3 or 4x4 or something, but this is too thin. It's the only space I've got to grow on. And I've grown them here before, and it works. It's just not as productive as you'd want it to be, but hey ho. And finally, this is just where the strawberries are. I transplanted them from that old bed. Some of them are doing alright, some of them are still struggling, not doing great. But you know, we'll see what they do. I'm not too worried about getting much off them this year. Just want to get them bedded in and getting some runners on, so we can start pegging some runners down in the bed as well. Goji berry, that's new this year. It's really growing. Seems like it's tipping over a little bit, but I'll get staking or something and support that. And then here we've got tayberry, which probably could have done with being pruned back this year, but I've left it and wrapped it around this frame, you can see. And there's a few other strawberries again, but they're not looking great. And yeah, and the space there where the old compost bin was, I'm gonna have a new one. Got to get this rhubarb just cut back and tidied up. It's a bit of a mess, the rhubarb, that needs to be moved from there. We'll get the new compost bin in there, come all the way to pretty much level with that birdhouse, to the rockery. That'll be there, and then some of this stuff you can see that's bagged up and various bits of crap will just get sieved and chopped and all thrown in, and job done. Hopefully we're making our own compost again. That's everything for now, I think. There's not much else going on. So, see you later.